Hi guys, it's me again. It is Thursday, August 19th, and I'm running the water maker right now. It is so hot, like I am dying in the heat. It is horrible. One of the things that I'm beginning to learn in the tropical heat is that the humidity is really high, you're really hot, and you're always sweating. So your skin is always wet and your skin is never dry anymore. When your skin is always wet and never dry, you begin developing like diaper rashes. So, you know, in the crevices of my arms, my armpits, where my legs reach up to my bum, there's basically, I'm getting baby rashes, like diaper rashes that I can't seem to get rid of. Like I am absolutely just covered in sweat now. And this is the state of my life all the time, and there is no relief from it ever. You can see that I'm making water again, just because it's something when you have a water maker you have to do every so often. I want to go start exploring other bays soon, but what I'm beginning to hear is that Prickly Bay is the cleanest water of all the bays. Other cruisers tell me that when I go to other bays, the water's likely to be more dirty than in here. We'll see when we get there. Maybe I can anchor on the outside of the anchorages or further away from where the water might be cleaner. But I thought it best to arrive after having just run my water maker with full tanks of water. So if the water quality in the new bays is really crappy, I have a couple of days without needing to run the water maker, and I can choose to just come back to Prickly or change bays. Oh Lord, it's so hot. I'm getting kind of bored of this area, and in Antigua for the last year I always moved every week to different places, but it seems that in Grenada there's not that many places you can go. Oh man. It is so hot that I can feel the heat radiating from the blue fabric of my canvas. If you put your hand even close to it, you can feel the temperature increasing as you go. I have the Dodger window open, but it doesn't seem to do very much. When there's no wind to be had, then no wind gets funneled through, and you're just soaked in sweat. .37 degrees Celsius in the shade, and no wind to speak of. Humidity at 70%. It is extremely hot today. Okay, so one of the questions is, like, where is there to go when you're visiting Grenada? Prickly Bay, of course, is sort of the main, most common and most popular anchorage because it has the cleanest water and the most access to shore and services and the land stuff. So where else is there to visit in Grenada? I was at the bar last night for Chicken Wing Wednesdays, and I started talking to other cruisers. They pulled out their cell phones and helpfully showed me some maps and some charts and gave me a vague idea as to where else there is to explore in Grenada. So let's have a look at my chart plotter and see what our options are. This should help give you a general idea of my geography and location. So the map is now oriented with north up, and we're on the south facing side. The prevailing east trade winds come along here, which makes this the protected or leeward shore of Grenada. But remarkably, there are very few anchorages and very few sailors go up to here because it tends to be rolly, I hear. all of the bays, you can see just from the AIS marks, all of the bays where the cruisers go are here in the south end of Grenada, and it's in these various bays. So where is there to go in Grenada? This is sort of it. There doesn't seem to be as many places to explore as there was in Antigua. Oh Lord, like, the sweat is absolutely just pouring off me. It is so hot, and right now there's no breeze whatsoever. It is unbearably hot today. Okay, so I'm bringing you guys to explore with me. I am here in Prickly Bay, which we've been exploring for the last several weeks, but I'm starting to get bored. Apparently, over to the east is a place, Hog Island, and this is apparently a popular anchorage. I have no idea what the name of it is. Apparently it's popular and there's lots of boats, but what I hear is that it's very crowded and the water's extremely dirty. Oh, Mount Hartman Point, so maybe this is, I don't know, Secret Harbor. Maybe this is Secret Harbor. So there's a Secret Harbor Marina Hotel, I guess. Some kind of marina facility here. A very deep anchorage that seems to be popular. And apparently full of dirty water. Over here we have Hog Island, where I hear on the morning cruisers net that there's lots of activities on Hog Island, like children's events and stuff like that. It's a little bit reefy to get in, but apparently it is an anchorage that you can get into. Same thing though, I hear crowded and dirty water, but maybe we'll go check that out. Have a look at Hog Island. This over here is, oh, here we go, Clark's Court or Woburn Bay. I hear them talking about on the morning cruisers net. Apparently there are shore facilities for cruisers around here, bars and restaurants and stuff. Oh, here we go. Clark's Court Marina and Boatyard seems to be a popular place that I hear about on the marina, or on the radio net, sorry. Whisper Cove has business and services and a restaurant, I guess. So, although what I hear is that if you go up into here, into Clark's Court near the marina, there's a distillery, a rum distillery that just discharges all of the organic waste into here, plus the local town or city discharges all their waste into here. So apparently this water in here is extremely filthy. You can't swim in there, and you definitely wouldn't want to run your water maker. But what I have heard is that the bays further out with better flush are more acceptable to anchor in and reasonably well protected, because remember, the wind and the waves are predominantly from this way, and the reef in the cut, there's a reef here that also protects from swell and roll from getting into this side. So this is supposed to be a pretty good place to anchor as well. And some of you may or may not know this, but apparently there is a hurricane hole in Grenada. There's an area that is so protected, like surrounded by mangroves up around the S bend, that apparently you can even ride out a hurricane in there. It's not a very big area. It's apparently big enough to anchor 4 or 5 boats. But obviously in a hurricane it gets crowded fast. What I do hear though is that when there's not a hurricane, that little protected bay has a rickety, crappy old dinghy dock with some access to land. It is within walking distance of minimal provisioning if you need it, but it's really secluded, so it would be a really good place, I don't know, for a writer to sit, isolate herself from the world, and write her next book. So I've been thinking about going to this secret hurricane hole in the south of Grenada so I can write my next book. Okay, I'm dying. Like, I am getting close to heat stroke again. I gotta go swimming. Like, I gotta go dunk off the back of the boat. I am really, really, really painfully and uncomfortably hot here. I gotta go in the water to cool off. Oh man. Well, I don't want to be the flasher of the neighborhood, so although I live naked in the heat, I try to keep my nakedness inside the boat. I'm gonna throw on a crappy old bikini so I can go dunking in the water off the back of the boat, because I don't want to be that creepy flasher in the neighborhood.